Hey everyone, this is Once Bitten with another Warhammer Fantasy Battle Report. My Bretonnians versus an MSU style Warriors of Chaos army. That's multiple small unit. I think they were much more common in 7th edition than in 8th, and I don't know if this is the same army list he's been playing or if this was an intentional approach to 8th edition using MSU tactics. And I just didn't think to ask, and I probably will in the future. But it's just a pitched battle using the same terrain for the most part that my most recent game was. We just after my last game we just kind of picked up and played this one. So I didn't list his army here because it's really easy to figure out. He's either got marauders on horse with throwing axes and shields, or he's got marauders on foot with flails. So you see he's got a unit of 10 and then a unit of 20. Now, obviously it's a hell cannon. Unit of 20, unit of 20. Then he's got 3 more units of 10 and then another fast cav unit. Now behind him he's got 2 units of, I think it's 15, or is it 18? Are they 6 wide? Yeah, 18 Chaos Warriors. The one on the left has a Battle Standard Bearer that I found out later has the Rapture Standard, which means it's really tough to break them. And the one on the right has his Chaos Lord. He started telling me what the guy had, and I just said, don't worry about it because, I mean, I didn't say this, but I don't plan on, I don't plan on him getting in any fights if I can help it. So, um, you know, we'll see how that goes. So during deployment, I was deploying things across the board just I was trying to get him to place his guys spread out, and I want to focus my troops all on the left side. So I can, my shooty units, my fast cav over here, and then more towards the middle left, I started putting bigger units, but the men-at-arms I don't care about, and the Grail Knights, which that's a unit I'm just playing around with, I didn't really plan on exactly rushing them forward. And then over here on the left, I had all my knights. So my thinking was, I don't want to fight the Warriors of Chaos, period, not if I can help it. So I want to slow them down with the cheap units I have in the middle, take all these units and kill everything he has on this side of the board, and that should net me the game without getting my guys slaughtered by the Warriors of Chaos. So after Vanguard movements, and if you look at the left side, I believe that's, I don't know if he did it or if I did it, but I think again we have our units too close together. You have to be 12 inches apart, and at the time we played this game, I didn't realize that. So that may have been, either way, obviously neither one of us knew it. So to go to Warriors of Chaos turn 1, this is the left side of the board. He does not charge me with his fast cav. He moves up just to shoot at me. Otherwise, he's moving up fairly aggressively. Here he sees that all my points are on the left, so he's turning his Warriors of Chaos to go over there. Hell Cannon kills a couple Questy Knights, but I pass my panic test. And during Magic, that red token means that these guys suffered minus D3 to their strength and maybe their toughness, but at least I know to their strength, and it ended up being their -1 strength. And his throwing axes did 1 wound on him. So, not too painful, but then again, he doesn't have a whole lot of shooting. So, we go to Brett turn 1. So on the far right, I took the Vanguarded Pegasus Knights and went ahead and charged one of his units of Marauders. And I really don't know if that's a smart move or not. They have a lot of attacks, and they're fairly high strength. My guys are fairly survivable, but I guess my thinking was, we need to quit messing around. Let's start taking those guys on. So I held back with my infantry. I mean, I went forward just a little bit. A rule question that came up was, could I have moved my guys through that fence and stopped with my unit halfway on one side, halfway on the other? And it didn't really matter. We had, we disagreed on how it was, but neither of us really cared. So I just stopped before it, and so it wasn't an issue. So here on the left, my Pegasus Knights charged his fast cav. He fled, and I caught them right in front of the Hell Cannon. So the way we think it works is my guy stopped where I met him, took his unit off the board, and then I was allowed a free reform. So I reformed towards the flank of those Marauders. I think he's going to charge with his Hell Cannon, and if he does, I'm going to flee. But anyway, otherwise I moved my guys up a little bit. I want to charge on my next turn. I felt it was too far away to charge on this turn. When I did catch his fast cav though, his little sorcerer, actually, of all those units taking panic tests, this is the one guy who failed. That's pretty funny. So this is the far right side, a close up before the fighting. Trebuchet lands. I think I killed 4 Chaos Warriors. Chaos Warriors, man, they shrug off stuff like that. I mean, Trebuchet is pretty vicious, and even then, I wasn't doing a whole lot with it. After combat, he does no wounds on me. I do 5 on him, but he holds, and I felt lucky enough with that. So we go to Warriors of Chaos turn 2. So there's an overview of the board. Let's go to maybe a closer look. So up here, he charged his Hell Cannon at my Pegasus Knights, and I fled. Then he charged that unit of Marauders on the left at him, and I fled again. And I wasn't sure on the rules. The people around us said that my guys keep on fleeing. I thought you could only flee once per phase, and so if those guys on the left could catch me, then they should have caught me and I'd be dead. So if anybody knows that rule, I mean, I probably could just look it up. But the way we decided to play this game was the way they described, and that was you just continue to flee. So yeah, here on the right, he's just marching these guys forward, and I'm still locked in combat with that unit of Marauders. These are the guys that fled both the charges. They're right at the edge of the board, but they didn't go off. I killed the Marauders to a man, and so I did a free reform.